Susan says, first ask a medical professional. What's a medical professional? A medical professional is, for example, Bill Gates, because he's qualified by building an empire from hardware patent theft from Apple. Also, as a local medical authority in France, a medical professional is a former banker like Macron. Very medical professional are by Chinese-sponsored accountants at the Wuhan Health Organization. Another way becoming a medical professional, being the sister of a doctor while having a literary master's degree with a special qualification rented a garage to geeks. Song Sang Boy Chiching. And especially the uncle saying you get AIDS from staying too close to gay people in the 1980s.
In the long incubation period of this disease, we may be starting to see, as we're seeing virtually as the months go by, other groups that can be involved. And seeing it in children is really quite disturbing.
When you say other close contact, give me some examples.
Well, for example, if the close contact of a child is a household contact, perhaps there will be a certain number of cases of individual who are just living with and in close contact with someone with AIDS or at risk of AIDS who does not necessarily have to have intimate sexual contact or share a needle, but just the ordinary close contact that one sees in normal interpersonal relationships.
Also known as the good flip-flop doctor, Fauci. Then test out which medical doctors need to have their license revoked for saving an individual patient's life the wrong way. Equity demands the same outcome for the same person each. Standardized or sanitized. That was under Marx called socialized. Equity on the Titanic means all have to drown equally. Never improvise another boat. Markets are shrinking and the Titanic was sinking. New resources by new ideas never respect the global consensus. Don't talk from the procedure spin-offs like any plasma envelope. That's kind of a first working gene therapy from when will be ordered to call it West China or Northern Pakistan, to be more woke. The procedure spin-off of malaria, you never heard of that. And easy to cancel our videos to recognize from this guy because he showed as a picture or a title in the video the sources, suggesting that you could verify names and read and think for yourself during the longest 14 days in history. Be protected from discovering that before the project Warp Speed, in which actually Ursula von der Leyen was Trump.
10 ans pour produire un nouveau vaccin. Nous l'avons fait en 10 mois. C'est une grande réussite scientifique. Nous devrions en être fiers.
Again, don't discover that all ever developed vaccines had been researched by publicly directly funded scientists, not the state company we already established in the alien movies as our future. Remember and repeat, socialism good, because high taxes make sure that you trust with your resources to help others only a black president instead of yourself. And in my country, France, the EU has no lobbies because we agree that there are no lobby interests. It is so important that you understand why we need you to only listen to one opinion in order to think freely. American women, for example, had been only really free as induced abortion was until 1900, usually in the United States. Another example of legal on-demand abortion bliss was after World War II, the eugenics law in Japan, until it was struck down in the 70s by the wrong feminists that don't call you once a month nasty or parasite-infested internalized misogynist. Unfortunately, Japan abolished the eugenics law, which had as an additional bonus yearly fertility pilgrimage of major Japanese birthing people to oppress the freedom of permanently self-canceling. To complete the harikiri for the belly. Free decision without abortion when no woman ever knew and can know that an activity that should be voluntary could make pregnant. There's a jet lag reflex. You can't help it. Never happened any phantom pregnancy of pregnant birthing people's toxic males, or the OCD of controlling others to replace a lost or never born child by lonely. We are supposed to say, no, don't say woman. It's more like front hole business persons that could degrade to birthing people, while a toxic white male can graduate becoming a birthing people or birthing person. No context to any projection of pure thought when you didn't disinfect or wash your brain with the public mainstream media. If a front hole business person has actually a choice in the enterprises unity that are the enterprises united in Biden's cabinet, there's a real dangerous chance that people follow a tube video, especially as there's no dissenting opinion. We are trained to do the right thing. If it bypassed the gatekeepers, it must be true. Therefore, all clips with Homer Simpson are endangerment of the public. And don't laugh, it reduces the chance to enjoy completely suffering. Because all jokes are principally misinformation, like, knock knock, you're falsely pretending that there's anyone in front of your door.